Hello students, in the previous session I had started the next topic of the same chapter, that is multiple angle. So when an angle A or theta whatever is given, then when it is multiplied by an integer 2a, 3a, 4a, 8a, minus 11a, something like that, they are called as multiple angles. And I told you that we will be studying the formula or the expansion of the trigonometric ratios of 2a as well as 3a. Now, any other angle 4a, 7a, 8a, they can be expressed using any one of them, either 2a or 3a. Therefore, in the previous session, I taught you about the derivation of sin 2a, cos of 2a, tan of 2a using the compound angle formula. And then both sin 2a and cos of 2a can also be expressed using the tan function. These are the 5 derivations we had done in the previous session, and also that cos of 2a has got 3 formulae. One is cos square a minus sin square a, the other one 1 minus 2 sin square a, the third one being 2 cos square a minus 1. So now the last 2 formulae 1 minus 2 sin square a or 2 cos square a minus 1 can be rewritten and write sin square a can be written in terms of multiple angle cos of 2a, and as well as cos square a can also be written, that is the power of sine or cosine can be expressed in terms of the multiple angle cos of 2a. Now in today's session I am going to take, that is all whatever we have done in the previous session can be expected for a 2 mark question. I am just doing the derivation. After learning about all the derivation, we can start working out the problems. Now in today's session I am teaching you the derivation of trigonometric ratios of 3a, and this whatever I am doing this 3 expansions, 3 formula I am giving, I am deriving 3 formula, they can be expected for a 3 mark question. So here today's derivations being trigonometric ratios of 3a, trigonometric ratios of 3a, that is what I am going to derive, that is sin of 3a, cos of 3a and tan of 3a. Now in the previous session you might have observed sin 2a was 2 sin a into cos a, that is both sin and cosine were on the right hand side, and cos of 2a could be expressed in 3 different ways, and tan of 2a only one way. In all of them, no, the sin of 2a, cos of 2a could also be expressed using tan a. So there were more than one method to express the formula sin 2a, cos of 2a, tan of 2a, etc. Now here only sin of 2a and cos of 2a, tan of 2a we had only one formula. But in this case here, in the case of 3a, sin of 3a would be expressed only in terms of sin, cos of 3a only in terms of cos, tan of 3a only in terms of tan. So there is only one formula for each trigonometric ratio. So let me derive the first one, that is first one is known as, we have to prove this result, sin of 3a is equal to 3 sin a minus 4 times sin cube a. Sin of 3a is 3 sin a minus 4 sin cube a. Now this is what we have to prove now. It's the first formula. You observe we are having only sin function on the right hand side. Now let me start with the left hand side. See, to arrive at this result which is on the right hand side, we have to remember whatever are given in the previous session, that is sin of 2a, cos of 2a and tan of 2a formula, you have to remember, then only we can proceed here. So in getting this result here, I am using compound angle formula, I am using the sin 2a, cos of 2a formula, and also the basic identity sin square theta plus cos square theta equal to 1. So you have to be familiar with all the results, because I will be using each step now I will be using some result or the other. Now this 3a, I am going to split it as 2a plus a, or you can write it as a plus 2a also, it does not make any difference, sin of 2a plus a. Now which formula does it resemble? It resembles the formula sin of a plus b, that is the compound angle formula. A means it is 2a, b means it is a. So let me use the formula. Sin of a plus b, what does it say? Sin a into cos of b. Sin a means it is Sin of 2a into cos b means it is cos a. Next is cos a into sin b. Cos a means it is cos of 2a into sin of b, that is equal to sin a. So it is sin of the first angle into cos of the second angle plus cos of the first angle into sin of the second angle. Now here you observe, I want only the sine ratio here. Any other ratio, if it is cosine, we have to eliminate that one. First, let me use the multiple angle formula sin 2a. What we have learnt in the previous session, it is 2 sin a into cos a. This I am writing here, and the other cos a I am writing as it is. Now come to this one. We have learnt for cos of 2a 3 formulae. First one was cos square a minus sin square a. Second one was 1 minus 2 sin square a. Third one was 2 cos square a minus 1. But you observe we are having only sine function. So let us take the second formula. It is 1 minus 2 times sin square a. 1 minus 2 times sin square a into sin a. And again I am telling you there are two terms here. So always write inside the bracket. If you don't write the bracket, what happens is, see here both the terms should be multiplied by sin a. If you omit the bracket, what you do is you will be multiplying only this with this function, and this one would be omitted. So whenever you are having more than one term, if you are multiplying, make it a habit to write inside the bracket. Now write it as 2 times sin a, you write as it is. Cos a into cos a, that is cos square a, plus 1 into sin a, that is sin a, minus 2 sin square a into sin a, that becomes 2 sin cube a. Now we have almost got half of the result. Here this is purely sine term, this is also purely sine term, this is sine term, whereas only cos square a is there. So how do you eliminate that cos square a? You know the identity, first identity. What does it say? Cos square theta plus sin square theta is equal to 1. Therefore, I can replace cos square a by 1 minus sin square a. And the other two terms now, write them as they are. Sin a minus 2 times sin cube a. Now finally remove. 2 sin a into 1 is 2 sin a. 2 sin a into sin square a, that is 2 times sin cube a plus sin a. Then minus 2 times sin cube a. Now let me combine. These two I am adding and these two I am adding. So what you have here? 2 sin a plus 1 sin a is 3 sin a. This is also negative, this is also negative. Automatically we are adding, that is 4 times sin cube a. This is nothing but the right hand side. Okay. So this is how we have to prove the result here. That is, see what are the results we have used. First I have split the angle 3a as 2a plus a. I told you can write a plus 2a also, it does not make any difference. Now I have used the compound angle formula, first step. Then I have used the multiple angle formula here as well as here. Then in the other step I have used the identity, the basic identity of trigonometry. Therefore sin 3a is equal to 3 sin a minus 4 times sin cube a. Now this is a 3-mark question. So how many steps are there? We are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Almost 8 steps are there, 7 steps are there. So 7 steps means usually after 2 or 3 steps, now 1 mark would be allotted. This is usually expected for a 3-mark question. Go through the derivation. These are all important derivations. Now let me derive the formula for cos of 3a. That is the second formula. Cos of 3a, here this is 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a. Be careful about the sign. In the case of sin of 3a, we had 3 sin a first, then minus 4 sin cube a. Here it is in the reverse order. Cos of 3a equal to 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a. The procedure is same. We start with the left hand side. It is cos of 3a. Here also split as 2a plus 1a. 2a plus procedure is same thing. We'll be using the compound angle formula, the multiple angle formula, and finally the basic identity of trigonometry. Procedure is same, but the ratios are different, that's all. Now use the formula cos of a plus b. What does it say? Cos a into cos b minus, when the plus is here, the right hand side contains minus sign. So cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b. That means cos a, that is cos of 2a, into cos b, that is cos of a, minus sin a, that is sin of 2a into sin b, that is sin a. Now here cos of 2a, so I have to use the multiple angle formula 2a. Again cos of 2a has a 3 expansion. Which formula did we use in the previous one? We wanted in terms of sine. So I wrote cos of 2a, there also we had the same term. I wrote it as 1 minus 2 sine square a because I wanted the result in terms of sine. Whereas here it has to be only cosine ratio. So I will be using the last formula. Cos of 2a could be written as 2 cos square a minus 1. Okay, and this cos a write it as it is. Again there are two terms here, right inside the bracket. Minus sin 2a, only one formula, it is 2 sin a into cos a and another sin a, that is already there, I am writing as it is. Now let me remove the bracket. 2 cos square a minus 1 into cos a. Both the terms should be multiplied by this term. That means it is 2 times cos cube a minus cos a. Now here minus 2 cos a you write as it is and sin a into sin a, that becomes sin square a. Again you observe we are having cos term, another cos term, here also cos is there, only sin square a. So what we have to do? That we don't want, it has to be eliminated. So we have used the compound angle formula, we have used the multiple angle formula. Now I am using the basic identity. 2 cos cube a minus cos a. Now minus 2 cos a you write as it is. Now this sin square a, as you know that you can write it as 1 minus cos square a. Finally, while removing the brackets and simplifying, we get the required result. Multiply both of them by this. Minus 2 cos a into 1. Again write inside the bracket. That is minus 2 cos a minus of minus plus 2 cos a into cos square a. It would become 2 cos cube a. Now look, we have got 1 2 cos cube a, another. Both of them are positive. So we have to add them. It is 4 cos cube a minus 1 cos a minus 2 cos a, again they have to be added. So it is minus 3 cos a, which is nothing but the right hand side. So this is how we get the result. The procedure is same in the case of both the sin a, sin 3a and cos of 3a. First we split the angle 3a as a 2a plus a, first step, and then we use the compound angle formula, expand it. It is sin of a plus b means sin a into cos b plus cos a into sin b. Cos of a plus b means cos a into cos b minus sin a into sin b. First step I have used the compound angle formula. In the second step, I am replacing cos of 2a, sin of 2a using the multiple angle formula. Sin of 2a we have got only one, 2 sin a cos a, whereas for cos of 2a there are 3. In the case of sin, I use the formula 1 minus 2 sin square a. In the case of cos, I am using the formula 2 cos square a minus 1. Then after removal of the bracket, either cos square a would be remaining or sin square a. So cos square a could be written in terms of sin 1 minus sin square a, or sin square a. In this case, I have written it as 1 minus cos square a. Finally, the right hand side contains only cos terms. So simplifying, we arrive at the required result, which is the right hand side. Now, what is the next one? Only these three ratios we are finding out. If you want for other one, secant and cosecant, you can take the reciprocal of that one. Usually for these three, sin 2a, cos 2a, tan of 2a, or sin of 3a, cos of 3a, tan of 3a, the derivation we are doing. Now, let me move on to the next one, that is tan of 3a. Here, the calculation is little bit more, so you have to be careful. It is 3 tan a minus tan cube a divided by 1 minus 3 times tan square a. The procedure is same, but the calculation would be little bit more here, because you observe in the previous one, both sin 3a and cos of 3a, it was little bit easy, means we had only one numerator part, whereas here on the right hand side, you observe that we will be having numerator denominator. And remember the expansion of tan of 2a, there also it is in the form of a fraction. So the calculation part would be more. In other words, taking LCM and adding and all, no, you have to be little bit careful. Otherwise the procedure is same. So start with the left hand side. Tan of 3a. What was the first step I did? I split the angle as sum of the two angles. That is tan of 2a plus a. Procedure is same for all of them. Calculation would be little bit more in this particular case. Now, tan of a plus b formula. What does the tan of a plus b formula say? Tan a, that means tan of 2a, plus tan of b, that is tan a, whole thing divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b, that is tan of 2a into tan b. Tan b means tan a. So first I have split the number at the angle as the sum of the two angles. I have expanded using the compound angle formula, tan of a plus b, tan a plus tan b divided by 1 minus tan a into tan b. Same procedure for all the three. Now at this stage I am using the multiple angle formula, tan of 2, only one formula we are having. Now you carefully write that one, that is tan of 2a, what is the formula? 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan square a. We have to substitute here, we have to substitute here. Therefore, it takes the form that would be equal to, this line better you write a little lengthier. It is 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan square a, and plus here tan a is there, I am writing that as tan a by 1, so that when this is in the form of a fraction, that also better I write, so that you can easily take the LCM. That is my idea. Now 1 here in the denominator, write it as 1 by 1. Again write the formula for tan of 2a. It is 2 tan a divided by 1 minus tan square a into tan a. Again write it as tan a divided by 1. This 1 need not be written here, here, here. It is for our convenience. To understand what is the denominator, what is the numerator, I am writing this one. Now again draw a little bit lengthy line. Look here, numerator also, numerator is the sum of two fractions. The denominator is again the difference of the two fractions. Whether you are adding or subtracting two fractions, you have to take the LCM. What is the LCM for the numerator? 1 minus tan square a and 1. 1 minus tan square a is the LCM. Denominator also, the LCM is same. So let me write the LCM. It is 1 minus tan square a. Okay. Now what's the procedure? Divide the LCM by the denominator one time. Multiply the corresponding numerator by that number, it becomes 2 tan a. Plus, now 1 you divide 1 minus tan square a times that into the corresponding numerator. Here you have to be careful. Tan a into 1 minus tan square a. Now come to the denominator. Denominator also we are having the same LCM, 1 minus tan square a. Here forget about this one, look at this part. It is 1, you divide this, multiply with the corresponding numerator, it becomes 1 minus tan square A. Now this is the denominator, this is a LCM, it can be divided one time minus 2 tan A into another tan A, we are multiplying here. So it becomes 2 times tan square A. So be careful when you take the LCM, though it is a basic thing what you have learnt in the high school classes. For numerator we have the LCM 1 minus tan square A, same thing is for the denominator. So here it is 2 tan A and here tan A into 1 minus tan square A. Here 1 into 1 minus tan square A and 2 tan A into tan A, 2 tan square A with the negative sign. First to cancel these two terms. Then let me rewrite the remaining terms. This would be equal to, look at the numerator, first remove the bracket. 2 tan A, write as it is. Now tan A into 1, that is tan A. Tan A into tan square A, it becomes tan cube A. Whole thing divided by the existing denominator 1 minus tan square A minus 2 tan square A. I have cancelled the LCM of both the numerator denominator. The reason being, this being the denominator of the denominator goes to the numerator. Automatically they two get cancelled. So when they are of equal value, you can directly write. That is why I am telling you this middle line should be little bit lengthier, so that you will be knowing which is the numerator, that differentiates the numerator and denominator. You can identify which is numerator and which is the denominator. Now look at the numerator. 2 tan A plus 1 tan A, that is 3 times tan A. That is, there is only one term, tan cube A. Whole thing divided by 1. Observe here, this is also minus, this is also minus. So they have to be added. 1 time tan square A, 2 times tan square A, that would be adding, we get minus 3 times tan square A. Hence that becomes the right hand side. So this is the formula. So for all the three, the procedure is same. First we write 3A as 2A plus A, first step. Then we use the compound angle formula for sine, cos or tan. Afterwards, now we are using the multiple angle formula. After using the multiple angle formula, in the case of sin 3A, cos of 3A, we use the identity. Here, no need to do that one. After writing the multiple angle formula, tan of 2A, we did only the arithmetical calculation. That is, taking the LCM for the numerator as well as for the denominator, and then simplifying and cancelling the LCM of both the numerator and denominator, we arrive at the result here. Now, these are the three formulae for angle 3A which can be expected in the examination for a 3-mark question. Go through these derivations carefully. So, if the angle is 2A, you expect it for a 2-mark question. When it is 3A, you expect it for a 3-mark question, because here calculation is little bit more. Now, when I started this session, this particular topic in the previous session, I mentioned about this one, multiple angle formula. Multiple angles means when an angle is multiplied by an integer, it may be 2A, 3A, minus 4A, minus 8A, plus 11A, whatever may be that one. When it is multiplied by an integer, it is called as a multiple angle. Now, there is one more word, submultiple angle. The next topic is submultiple angle. Here, no derivation. I am not deriving anything. Whatever already we have derived for 2A, we will be using that one and making some changes. That's all here. Submultiple angle. Which angle you call it submultiple angle? Consider some angle A. When it is multiplied by an integer, we call it as a multiple angle. When it is multiplied by a fraction or a rational number, we call it as a submultiple angle. For example, A by 2, A by 3, A by 4, 3A by 7, 4A by 9, etc. All of them now we call them as submultiple angle. Multiple angle means multiplied by an integer. Submultiple angle means it is multiplied by a fraction. But in this case, in this for your syllabus, though the heading is submultiple angle, we will be considering only the half angle formula. What do you mean by half angle means? Here a by 2, forget about the other one, other submultiple angles. A by 2 means when the angle A is there, when you divide by 2, it is half of that value. So we call it as actually half angle formula. So submultiple angle means for an angle A, if A is an angle, any angle, then this A by 2, A by 3, A by 4, A by 7, 3A by 9, 3A by 7, all of them, no, we call them as submultiple angles. But we are considering only the half angle formula. We call them as half angle because only one A by 2 we are considering. So in the formula yesterday, in the previous session, when I considered sine of 2A, in the end of the session, I told that when you consider only one formula, for example, I am taking, here 2A is there, right hand side would be half of that value. So suppose you take 4A, half of that means it becomes 2A and 2A. Suppose I am taking 10A here, half of that means 5A, 5A. Similarly, suppose I take the angle A itself, instead of 2A, suppose I take the angle, what is half of that one? It becomes 2 sine A by 2 into cos A by 2. Look here, we are getting A by 2 here. So we call it as a half angle formula. Though in general we call it as a submultiple angle. In this particular, because we are considering only the half angle here, we take it as, we call them as half angle formulae. Now, how to find out? There is no need to do any new derivation here because already we have done in the previous session. Now, what I do is, wherever 2A is there, I am replacing it by theta. You can take A itself as A by 2, that may be little bit confusing. So what I do is, I change the notation itself. Let 2A be equal to theta. Then what would be A equal to? It becomes theta by 2. So that it would be easy for you to by heart the formula. So wherever 2A is there, replace it by theta. Wherever A is there, replace it by theta by 2. So that you will be getting a new set of formula. What was the first result we had? Sine of 2A is equal to 2 times sine A into cos A. That was the first formula I gave in the previous session. Replace 2A by theta. So what is the new formula now? It is sine theta. Right hand side, A would be replaced by theta, 2 sine theta by 2 into cos of theta by 2. So this is the first half angle formula. Sine theta is equal to 2 sine theta by 2 into cos of theta by 2. Similarly, let me take the second one. That is here cos theta. So whatever formula you did in the previous session, I am just replacing 2A by theta, automatically A would be replaced by theta by 2. Now as you know that there were 3 expansions here. First one was cos square theta by 2 minus sin square theta by 2. Second one was 1 minus 2 sin square A, now it is 2 sin square theta by 2. Third one, 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1. So we have 3 expansion for cos of theta. Now third one, tan of 2A will become tan of theta. That is, what is the formula? 2 tan A, that is 2 tan theta by 2. Whatever is there, take half to the right hand side. 1 minus tan square theta by 2. The same formula, whatever you had learnt in the previous session, same formula, only the angles are half of that value, that's all. 2A will be changed over to theta, automatically A would be changed over to theta by 2, wherever these quantities, these angles are present. Now, sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, we have written in the half angle mode here. Now, this sin 2A and cos of 2A, they were also expressed in terms of tan. That is, I can write the first, next one, sin theta could be written as 2 tan theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan square theta by 2. What was the formula we had learnt? Sin 2a equal to 2 tan a over 1 plus tan square a. So 2a in the place of 2a, theta in the place of a, it is theta by 2. Similarly, cos of theta could be written as 1 minus tan square theta by 2 divided by 1 plus tan square theta by 2. See, why I am deriving all the formulae together means, in one problem sometimes I may have to use two different results. One may be 2a, other may be 3a, or it may be half angle formula. For that purpose, unless you are familiar with all the formulae, all the derivation, you cannot work out the problems. That for that purpose, the derivation is done at a stretch, considering all the required formula. Now, these are the 5 formula we had learnt: sin 2a, cos of 2a, tan of 2a, and sin 2a, cos of 2a in terms of tan. Afterwards, now I had given 2 more results. What were they? First one was sin square a could be written as 1 minus cos of 2a divided by 2, or if you take 2 here, if 2 is taken here, it can be written as 1 minus cos of 2a. That is, the power of sin could be expressed in terms of the multiple angle. Now, in the place of a, what I can write? It is 2 sin square theta by 2. That would be equal to 1 minus cos of theta. So, that was the 6th formula. Similarly, the 7th one, 2 cos square theta by 2, and right hand side is 1 plus cos theta. These two also will be coming across rather often. Wherever you come across this one, you can write in this form. So remember, for sin square theta by 2, 1 minus, cos square theta by 2, it is 1 plus. So these are the formulae. Though they are generally called as submultiple angles, because here we are considering the half of the value, they are also called as half angle formulae. So we don't have many problems connected with the half angles here. Maximum problems will be either using the multiple angle 2a or multiple angle 3a. So you have to go through all the derivations in whatever I have done in the previous session as well as in this session. Then only you can understand the problems which I am going to work out in the coming sessions. All the problems now, they require the knowledge of these formulae. So by heart them, go through them properly, understand the derivation, and by heart all the formulae. Then only whatever problems I work out here, it can be understood easily by you. So we will be meeting in the coming sessions to solve the problems on multiple angles. Thank you.